you have this on there? Add the soundboard in for me. Check on the. Is it live at this point? Check on the volume. 141, 140, 139, 138. You want to put your headset on? 37, 36. It's over there. You are now unmuted.
Test. Sounds bloody loud already.
Coming off of the inbound, and we will watch it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hillsborough High School. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue with you live in the MIRE. You are viewing currently the end of the junior varsity game. As you can see, just about 90 seconds to go before the end of that one. And we are live once again from Lawrenceville, New Jersey, as the game taking place in Hillsborough. COVID-19 restrictions forcing us to broadcast off-site, which has become a little bit normal. Mr. Pogue, what's going on over there, buddy? How are you?
I'm all right. Another normal day. No scrambling at all. Always ready.
Right. Hillsborough making you do a little bit of work here, and you might Pogue, just for the audience who has no clue what Pogue's been up to, the crappy-looking scoreboard that Hillsborough has, because they put it. What is that? Is that a wire?
I think it's a railing, possibly, or
oh yeah.
a bar
All right.
or something.
So the camera is behind a railing, which is pointed at the scoreboard. So that's why the majority of the Montgomery score is kind of obscured, and that's what you're viewing in the scoreboard that Pogue made. So Pogue made a custom scoreboard to try to actually interpret what the Hillsborough scoreboard is. But the crap of this is that I don't know if the game is going to be played in this gym or a different place. And if it's a different place, then he's going to have to redo the scoreboard. So I don't know. Looking at how things are set up, it's just that they have the benches on the opposite side. Opposite side of the gym from where they usually are, which is throwing me off a little bit. But I think that was done to keep the fans from having to walk across the court. Typically they would just keep everybody, teams and fans, on the same side. But now teams on the bottom of your screen, but far side of the gym from where you walk in. So if Pogue's lucky, this will stay how it is. But if not, he's going to have to redo some work. But either way, we're going to end up going to commercial when this one is over, because Hillsborough is going to reset their stream, and we're going to have to find it and then bring that to you live. So we'll do something so that we can bring you the pregame while we're waiting for them to reset their lives and for us to get the right feed up there. So in any event, we'll step away here. We'll bring you the end of this junior varsity game, and then we'll be back pregame before Montgomery and Hillsborough in the border war coming up in just a little while. You are caught in the mire. This is the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Driving, kicking, Prescott, top of the key, yes.
Gets rid of it to Prescott, but he'll drive. Scoop shot in the lane over Patterson.
Bio's going to go to the hoop, and he'll throw it down with the right hand.
Handle has another great back door and a reverse. Oh, high off the glass from Curry. A highlight reel layup from the sophomore.
We saw Curry throw Rubio into some space as he'll spin with the left hand. That's a nice move from the 6'9" junior. The lane, Curry with a block, and he comes down with it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, live from the basement, the command center, as it were, for Montgomery boys basketball as we await Hillsborough to put up the live stream. Pogue, how are you?
Doing all right.
Fantastic. We've waited a couple of days now, and this is like one of the things that you hate as a fan, so I can't even imagine how it is as a player. You know, such a fantastic beginning to the season for Montgomery. And then you play a game at home and you have your first loss of the season and you just can't wait to get back out on the court and get that taste out of your mouth. And then Mother Nature again cries frozen tears for a couple of days. And we're back to now being, quarantined within the quarantine by the snow. And, you have P-Berg pushed to Friday and then ultimately canceled. So now here you are traveling to Hillsborough to play a game today. First time in action since that loss to Middletown, and I want your thoughts on the Middletown game, and then I'll reserve my judgment for after. So, what you saw on earlier this week, go.
It was a lapse. It wasn't the same team we've seen every game. There were, the energy was a little bit different. There was a little bit of kind of absent-mindedness, and I don't know, nobody's perfect, so of course that's going to happen from time to time, but it just seemed like it wasn't the same level of intensity. And then when another team plays as well as they did, because to be completely fair, they played incredibly well, and we still made that a very close game, and we weren't playing our best. So if I'm Hillsborough today, I'm worried, because that is a team that had their first loss of the season.
Yeah.
They've had to think about it for longer than they wanted to. They've only practiced. They've only been getting on themselves, and I'm sure they've been some pretty intense practices since then, and they want to get another win and completely erase that from their memory. So, yeah, Hillsborough should be on their toes today.
Montgomery, in my opinion, certainly did not shoot well and did not play well as they have offensively. I think even a casual observer of the team would have watched that game against Middletown and said, all right, this is not the same offensive team that we've seen. That said, and this is not taking anything away from Middletown, because I think they came here and played with no fear whatsoever. They were not intimidated in the exact same way that Montgomery went to Linden and was not intimidated. Middletown was not intimidated by coming to Montgomery. I think if you play that game 10 times, Montgomery wins it 9 out of 10. And the game on, was it Monday? I'm losing track of my days now. Monday, Tuesday, whatever stinking day of the week we played them Tuesday. To even say that was the best that Middletown could have played, I think might be an understatement. I think everything went right for them offensively. They shot 50% from three. They shot 50% from the floor. They banked in multiple three-pointers.
I was going to say the banks. Oh, geez.
The bank was wide open on Tuesday night, okay? So I think that, I don't want it to just seem like I'm looking at this through Montgomery green-tinted glasses when I say these things. But I think there are, because I guess there's that old cliche, there are reasons and there are excuses, right? There was a reason Montgomery lost that game.
Yeah.
And I think the ATM was wide open for Middletown North as they went to the bank 5 times.
I mean, it comes off as arrogance when you say we lost the game, they didn't beat us. But, I mean, to be completely fair, in that game, that's what I felt. It felt like they beat themselves. And, if a team is that hot and they play that well and you don't execute, then, yeah, of course, you're not gonna win the game. But I think if we played even just slightly better or had a little bit better start and didn't kind of have it so close, then, yeah, that's a completely different second half.
And I said it a couple of different times on the broadcast, like, just hang in there because this can't keep happening. Like, the regression to the mean factor mathematically works out, most every time, because you just can't continue with an aberration over a long period and a bigger sample size. It never stopped.
No, that means the next game, though, they probably had a few misses to start that first half then.
Yeah, I mean, that was just tough. That was tough to watch. Any way you slice it, I'm sorry, it just was. And I mean, I don't really put a ton of stock in, that it was a loss. I don't think it was an indicator of bigger things. I really just don't. I think, you even go back and look at the box score, and you still see Prescott had 5 threes. Like, could they have all collectively played better? For sure. Did they turn the ball over, speaking about Montgomery, way too much, especially early in the game? Of course. No excuses. More reasons than excuses, I think.
I mean, they got something out of it, though. They needed a wake-up call, and you never want to lose a game, but if you're going to lose one, at least make it memorable. Know that, we could have won that game. We are better than this. There's a lot of things they had to realize from that. So, I mean, there's going to be positives coming from it, and I think they're going to play well today.
Yeah, no doubt, and I apologize because we are at the mercy of Hillsborough's YouTube feed here for bringing you this game. So, as every time I step off camera, it is because I'm trying to refresh to make sure that we are getting the feed as it pops up, so that we can import it into our system and ultimately bring it to you with our silky smooth voices over the top of it. Pogue, what are you looking for today from Hillsborough as I check this out again?
I think Hillsborough is going to have to try and figure out who are we going to stop first and who are we going to deny the ball to, because you can't pick everyone, and I think they're going to have to start with Curry just because he distributes so much and he's the one that can really get the offense going. So I have a feeling it's going to be trying to deal with him and then sending a double into Rubio on the post. I would try and just disrupt what they want to do. And, I mean, they play a lot of zone, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work because Montgomery can kind of pass the ball and thrive and look for a good shot. And it's almost like just having more time to operate for them, not as much as the pressure would kind of affect them like we saw against Linden and forcing them to make faster decisions. But if Hillsborough sits back in the zone, I have a feeling that, there's going to be a lot of threes made, and there's also going to be a lot of cutting that starts to happen, once they get the ball into the middle.
No doubt. All right, the stream looks like it is up live, so we're going to step away, and we'll get ourselves technologically sorted out here, and then we'll come back. We'll bring you starting lineups and talk a little bit about Hillsborough and Montgomery. The border war coming up in just a minute. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, live from Lawrenceville, New Jersey, as we are getting set for Montgomery and Hillsborough, coming to you live from Hillsborough High School in just a few minutes. Matt, let's get into this a little bit. This matchup, we just talked about where Montgomery has come from, so let's talk about where Hillsborough has come from. They are 1-4 coming into the year. A victory over Quinoya Academy last weekend. And then a pair of losses to Franklin, a loss to JFK Island, and a pretty lopsided game against Hunterdon Central. This a game that if I'm Montgomery, I'm looking for, we're going to see zone defense. It's going to present opportunities for the Cougar shooters, but I think there's going to be two things that you typically may not usually see out of an offense that may work against this Hillsborough defense, just because of the nature of the way they play that zone, is that you can ball screen this zone, and I think you're going to be able to penetrate inside and get into the. You're going to see the guards try to get into the middle against settled half-court defense. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I think we're going to be able to get out and run.
I think so too. I think if there's no pressure, as soon as they're ready to inbound the ball, they're gonna get off to the races before that defense sets up.
Yeah, I really think that there's also not a dominant ball handler on the Hillsborough team, and kind of it just is what it is for them. And that's what stinks from a coaching perspective in high school sports. You don't get to recruit or dictate your talent. You just have to operate within the structure of what you have. And in this particular case for Hillsborough, it means that you're a year where you don't have a guy who's just going to get you out of trouble when you're in a big mess. Avery Whitney is just a sophomore. He's going to certainly get better. Probably right-hand dominant. It's just got to pressure. If they pressure out on him, I think that all the things that come along with being pressured as a point guard all night will wear on you, because Montgomery can throw two different guys at you, number one. That full court, half court trap defense, you're going to get tired.
Yeah, and also, turning the ball over near the three-point line and farther back near half court, that's a recipe for a transition for the other team. So the more trapping they can do and the more flustered they can make them out that far, they're going to be quick transition buckets for Curry to run out or Bio to get the dunks.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see the kind of fire that to your point from earlier, just how they come out and play in this game. But that'll be what it's going to be. Let's give you a little bit of a program update, because we are nothing if not shameless self-promoters. We also like to keep you informed on what we have coming up. A pretty exciting week on the Mire. You will have the Muck and Mire podcast drop into your podcast feed and on YouTube in its typical Monday morning spot. Brandon Fury will bring that to you. I will make my usual guest appearance somewhere on that show. Then on Tuesday, senior night, home against Ridge, as we again are in the back half of the Skyland Conference schedule, meaning that we're playing every team twice, as we do every year. And, that just comes with the territory. But we have, Matt, a senior night package that we put together that I am just really, really proud of, and that we're going to bring that to you in the pregame before we even have any senior night festivities, so you'll get a look at that. It's about 15 minutes long. I have gone out on a limb and have said that this is the best piece of video that we have produced in the history of the Mire.
Yeah, that was a big limb. I hope it has a lot of structural integrity, because that was a huge statement.
I think it is, and that includes graduation. For those of you who don't know, we filmed graduation and broadcasted graduation for Montgomery last year amid the pandemic, and that came out pretty good. But I think this is even better than that. So you can stay tuned for that. Then there's Thursday away at Immaculata, and then Saturday is a away game at North Hunterdon. We will do both of those games remotely. But for right now, we're going to step away for the national anthem, and we're going to come back. We will have the opening inbound, tip-off, of Montgomery and Hillsborough live from Hillsborough High School. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue with you. You stay tuned. You're caught in the Mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue live from Lawrenceville, New Jersey, as we're getting set for tip-off boys basketball coming up against Hillsborough. Let's bring you the Hillsborough starting five first, and it will start with Cameron Lanuski. He's a 5'10" guard. James Maswera, Avery Whitney, he is the primary ball handler for Hillsborough, as we mentioned in the pregame. Mason Lane is a junior. He is a 6'3" forward. And the name so far of the year, the 6'6" junior, Andrew Drinkwater.
I hope he scores a lot too.
I mean, thank God that he does not live in Montgomery, because I would be insufferable. The amount of puns would be, it would be bad. But it's going to be what it's going to be. And now the starting five for your Montgomery Cougars, the same as it has been all year long. JT Szymborski is a sophomore, and he will start, and then you'll have a quartet of captains coming at you. Noah Velasic does a little bit of everything for the Cougs. Matt Prescott, he's the sharpshooter. Ryan Curry, the junior point guard. And Chris Rubio, the senior center, forward, although he doesn't like to be called a center because he's a little bit more than just a center. Chris Rubio, 6'9", forward. What a great set of conversations we had with those guys, on Monday when we did our kind of lead up to senior night. It was awesome. I had such a good time with those guys. So
yeah, hearing them talk something other than basketball just really shows they do a lot of thinking, not just on the court.
Yeah. We are underway for basketball as Hillsborough has a 3 up and no good. And Montgomery will hurry up and break out. Szymborski, he will fire away and knock it down from the corner, so a hot start for the Cougs there. JT was one of those guys, Matt, that didn't really get his feet wet against Middletown North, and kind of paid some negative dividends, but starting out hot there.
Yeah, I'm glad he's still shooting, because a tough game like that sometimes makes you go in your shell a little. He's not afraid of that.
3 missed three-pointers already for Hillsborough in the first 45 seconds. And Ryan Curry will set things up for the Cougs.
Yeah, the zone that we were reading about, there's a lot of holes in it, though. I have a feeling that they're gonna be able to get the ball in the middle relatively easily.
Prescott, he's got it, and it's 2 for 2 so far for the Cougs, and 6-0. And are we going to get a steal? We are. Curry, and he will lay it in acrobatically, and already just 1 minute and 14 seconds into this ball game, Hillsborough needs a timeout as it's 8-0 Cougs. So I guess, Matt, we have the answer to that question in the pregame.
Yeah, there's the start they were looking for. That's exactly it.
No doubt about it. And of course, all these things is my phone rings and changes life out on me here as I'm watching like 15 different screens and trying to do this stuff. It's this gets a little bit bananas, but that'll be what it's going to be. I'm trying to turn off. How do I do? There we go. Turning on Do Not Disturb until this evening on the laptop, so we don't have any more of that. How about that, Pogue?
I mean, I like Steve, though. I do.
Steve can relax. Talk to him later. Montgomery settling in on defense.
It looks like they're running a little bit of that matchup zone, too.
Yeah, good move into the middle, but another steal as Curry's going to have another run out as he will come up, and you can get the sense that he's just waiting to see to the point where he can rise high enough to throw that thing down.
He's smart enough to not go for it when he's a little unsure, because he doesn't want to have that embarrassing moment, but he's definitely going to do it.
Oh, yeah. Before long, and I'm going to lose my mind. I want to warn everyone in advance. When he actually does throw it down for the first time, I'm going to go bananas. Speaking of things that drive me crazy, the jersey numbers on Hillsborough, as we watch this, drive me crazy.
You don't like white on white?
No. Hate it.
White on white, gray outline?
Oh, it's the worst. As we have a runner up and good, and that time was, I think, Drinkwater.
Yeah, let's go with that.
We'll go with that, as I can hardly see the numbers.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Szymborski, he'll fire again from 3, no good, and nobody home underneath for the Cougs, so Hillsborough will come the other direction. Montgomery with a very early 8-point lead.
Yeah, Hillsborough looks a little confused. They're kind of figuring out where do we want to go with the ball here, but they're struggling to find gaps.
Good dribble drive and a bank shot, no good. Rabayo strong underneath, and he's going to push transition the other way. Leaves it for Curry. He's got a three-pointer on the way. Oh, wow, how did that thing stay out? Rabayo tried to tip it to Prescott, but it will be out of bounds.
But yeah, their ball movements, it looks good. It looks like they're realizing we need to execute. We need to try the things that we're good at. You know, shooters are firing it as soon as they're getting open, which is good because this zone is gonna give them those opportunities all day.
No doubt. So we will see what we got. Montgomery playing offense here. Pogue, did you not put our volume on? Have we not been on this whole time? Seriously?
His first, team's first.
Not hearing any of our voices as I do a little monitor on the play-by-play here. I don't really know.
Number 15, Josh Moore.
No, that's check.
I don't
know.
Make us any more live. We getting overridden.
Oh no, you know what it was? I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, that's me.
Listen, I can't fix things when they're actually not wrong. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I can't actually get something right.
No, you did. You're okay. It's all good. So a steal from Prescott, nicely done underneath.
That's a lucky bounce.
Yeah. There's a corner three. Rabayo with the closeout, and boy, he has just the long. Wow, what a feed from Curry and a finish from Rabayo! Holy cow! The pass, the finish, everything on display from Curry to Rabayo.
Vision. I was looking at that saying, whoa, where are you going with that? And he said, no, I see this tiny window. I can get it there.
Oh my goodness gracious! And give Hillsborough credit as they answer back with a three-pointer. Holy mackerel. Thank God stuff like that doesn't happen all day long, because I'm going to lose my mind. Because a three from Rabayo is no good.
The way that he's able to immediately just assess the situation.
As Moore is looking for a steal and can't get it, but Hillsborough able to regather, and there's another corner three on the way. No good, and Vlasic has it.
Even if he doesn't get that steal, he disrupted the offense. They had to start a little differently. It led to the turnover.
Another great feed inside. Rabayo is going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line. That time it was Vlasic on the feed. You get a look at it again here as Curry just knifing the pass between four different guys. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, don't try that at home unless you're him.
Oh, and you know what? And then the finish. You got to give Rabayo credit there. He goes and gets the ball and absolutely throws it down the way that you want him to. And, you know, you get a player of his size as he knocks down the first free throw.
In that much of a crowd, you really have to do that. Otherwise, you're just susceptible to either getting fouled easily or just having to put up an awkward layup.
Holy cow.
John Kelly.
Crazy. Rabayo misses the second one.
So as good as they've been playing, this lead is still at 8. It means that Hillsborough has been, they're making some plays. They've been keeping it, at least where it was. So Montgomery still needs to execute. They still need to actually, score some points and make sure they get some stops.
Pogue, you being half as loud as I am is really nothing new, so I'm going to turn you up a little bit. When the principal says we can hardly hear you, it means maybe, all right, this actually could be the best thing ever.
What?
So Paul Papaduke just texted me and said we can hardly hear Pogue as a feed inside, and we're going to get Rabayo again to the free throw line. For as fearful as you are for your job, do you think maybe the principal saying that you need to talk louder, will that make you talk louder?
Don't do that. Yes, of course it will.
All right.
Yeah.
I blame Papaduke for this then. Where were you, for the last 2 years? Just tell him to talk louder on the MIRE.
Yeah, but he never said it. He never said to do it. If he said to do it, I would have done it. But
Oh, yeah. Robayo knocks down the first free throw.
Checking in for Hillsborough, number 32.
I still can't. I can't read these numbers.
No, it's the worst.
I'm trying real hard.
The worst. Doing this as an official, too, like a lot of the time stuff happens, and I'm like, I have no clue who the hell that was.
I would need the honor system. Like, what number are you? Just
Oh,
tell me.
I have guilted many a player. Be like, yo, who just tripped him?
Yeah, tell me.
Like, look, and then you kind of know who the best player is. Like, it was one of you two clowns, and I'm like, I'm sending 13 off unless you tell me right now. And they're like, all right, don't send our best player. It was me. My bad. So Hillsborough working around the outside, 2.5 to go, first quarter.
That trap is causing a
Yep.
lot of problems.
Foul is on Matty Prescott.
Hey, we got the whistle and the buzzer. We know what's happening.
I know, it's a little crazy.
Cooper's fouls on number 10, Ariane Gordy.
Little crazy.
His first, team's second. Number 3, Ken Leneski back in for the Raiders.
The pace of the game from Tuesday to today is just a bit different. You know, it's Tuesday seemed to go lightning quick.
Yeah, there was a shot every 4 or 5 seconds.
I know. Pushing pace both directions, but that's fun basketball, you know?
Well, yeah, it's fun when the other team's not banking in threes all day.
I know. Ball again on the floor, nearly a travel. Great job by Robayo to cut him off on the baseline, thrown all the way across court. Prescott just a hair late getting there. Long two. Robayo tries to go up between 3 Hillsborough players, but this time Prescott steps in front. Matt will race the other direction. Euro step. He switches hands in midair and finishes with the left. Wow, that was impressive from Matt.
Yeah, he always pulls out something that you didn't realize he could do, and then he calmly does it and walks away like it's nothing.
Does Montgomery get the steal? No. They're going to say it was last touch by Curry. But yeah, to your point, Prescott much more athletic than I think some folks would give him credit for.
Well, when you only move as efficiently as you need to, it doesn't look spectacular sometimes, but he understands I have the athleticism to do a lot of things, and I'll only do them when needed.
Josh Moore putting on some good ball pressure there. Man, I still keep thinking, though, and wow, that was Curry, just a little brain fart there. That probably should have been a steal. Air ball, though, for the Cougs, and Prescott will push forward. And he feeds inside. Gordy with a layup. Great look from Prescott to Gordy.
Yeah, the middle of that zone it's a problem. They're not closing in on anybody, and it's just leaving open the paint.
Man, the kind of shape that this Montgomery team is in to play at this pace. But to finish my thought, as a floater is no good, and Gordy pulls down the rebound with 50 seconds to go. And Curry now leaves for Prescott. A ball fake and a 3, no good. And can Robayo track it down? He does. Flings it into the air. Curry nearly taken out at the knees. Instead, he will keep control.
Oh, he wanted to shoot that.
Oh, instead of feed inside, and another dunk for Robayo. Holy cow, Ryan Curry putting on a show in this first quarter with his dynamic passing ability.
You never think there's enough room, and he knows there is. I'll get it there.
And we're going to get a foul on Robayo. He would have been better off just kind of trying to take the charge there. But I swear, I'm now going to finish that thought after we look at this replay again here, as we see Curry just feeding quickly inside and Robayo throwing it home. Josh Moore and his quickness, his ball handling, his ability to get out and pressure defensively is probably saving Ryan Curry more than anybody really understands, because last season there was no Josh Moore. It was all Curry all the time, always handling the ball, always guarding the point guard. The kind of stamina that takes is off the charts. So to just get a little bit of a break and whatever Moore provides to him, I mean, that's just fantastic. So let's see if the Cougs can get another bucket here as they're up 15, under 10 to go, first quarter, as Curry. Now for Prescott with 4 seconds. Now back Curry. He's open. He's going to hoist from way downtown the volleyball lines. He's got it. And that'll do it for the first quarter. You have your answer, Mr. Pogue. Cougs throw up 24 in the first 8 minutes. How about that.
Man, he's got range that you don't expect a lot of the time, but he's not afraid to shoot it. So you leave him that open, he'll take it. He's not afraid of it.
From the volleyball lines, we take a break. You're cutting the wire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, live from Lawrenceville as the game's in Hillsborough. It's the new way of the world in 2021 as we broadcast remotely, and a dominant first 8 minutes for the Cougs.
That's exactly what they wanted after the last game they played. They wanted to make sure that they did everything they knew they're capable of.
Domination continuing inside for Rubio as the lob pass, and Curry steals it again. He throws back into the middle for Vlasic. Noah now as Moore will attack into the paint. His floater no good, and what do they call a walk?
I don't know.
They must have been called a walk because ball getting taken out on the sideline there.
There's no answer. I don't know what they're gonna do to kind of deal with, especially Rubio getting that deep in the paint.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Uh-oh. What do we got going on here? Nope. All right, that wasn't us. Not us. That was the Hill. All right, for the first time in my life, not our technical problem.
Yeah, first time, not an exaggeration. Oh, see, spoke
all right.
too soon.
So, well, no, that at least these are. I can, with confidence, tell you that for the first time, it is not our technology bringing you blips in the system. It is Hillsborough. Curry will step back and pull up, and he'll knock it down again, man. When he gets hot and that confidence starts flowing through his veins, man.
It's just effortless, and he knows he has space because with that zone having to rotate, if he makes one move on his man, there's not a whole lot of help coming.
20-point lead. 3. Hillsborough, no good. And Curry's got it. He throws again between 3 guys. Oh, and Vlasic this time can't finish, but he'll go to the line. Man, if Curry's going to throw together a highlight reel, the vision that he has shown in the first 9 minutes and 15 seconds of this ball game, as good as I have ever seen from him.
I mean, he's got an ability to also understand where my teammate's going to be, where they're running to, because he's leading everyone perfectly.
Let's look at it again. Oh, you can't now? I didn't realize if you had deleted it or not. I apologize. Thought you were setting me up for a good replay there, Pogue.
No. We'll do that like every 3 out of 5 times.
Okay. Fairly confident, considering that we have not had any streaming issues.
Stop
today.
saying
No. Hold on. I'm dead serious. As Vlasic knocks down the second one, because if you've watched the MIRE enough this season, we've had some dropped frames and stream buffers a little bit, and we think we haven't figured out why. It actually wasn't us, as there's a foul from Prescott, which is shocking. I can't believe I'm saying it wasn't us, but I think we haven't figured out that it wasn't us. I think it's the actual physical connection that we've been making to the hard wire in the floor at school, because every time we broadcast off a wireless network, we are golden, so we're going to school, and we're going to basically kick the hard wire connection in the face, and we're going to stream wirelessly from now on.
If that doesn't solve the problem, we're never talking about this again.
Well, but I mean, listen, we went on the road to Ridge, and everything was hunky-dory, and now the couple of times we've been here is there's a turnover from Hillsborough. Every time we broadcast remotely from my house, on Verizon Home Internet, we're not dropping frames. So the only variable left there is the fact that we're trying to connect hardwire at school. So
we took an accelerated course in LAN connections the other day, so now I think we're experts, right?
If we could start a business in screwing things up, we would make millions. If anybody is out there and wants to figure out how to foul even up the most basic things, just hire Pokemon.
Yeah, but that's a paradox. We're doing that right then. We're showing them how to screw things up. This
is the kind of thing that people need. As Curry throws all the way across court. Szymborski. He'll go back to Curry. First step into the lane, a floater, alley-oop ball, Robayo couldn't finish, but again, Curry on display there. Man, that would have been another fantastic highlight for the captains.
I mean, he's got so much room because a lot of these defenders are on the smaller side, so he understands I have room and vision to just throw things up over top of them.
The reverse connection this time as Curry leaks out, and he will finish off the feed from Robayo.
Man, this has got to be fun for them today.
Oh, would have been more fun if he threw that dunk home. Another timeout coming. Let's see if it's a 30 or a full, and that will dictate what we do commercial-wise here, as it is a full timeout. Montgomery in control. We'll take a break. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue live remotely bringing this one to you as we sit here live in Lawrenceville and Montgomery live in Hillsborough. Pogue, Ryan Curry has put on a spectacular show so far in this first half, and there's still 5.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, if you're going to write a book on how to break down a zone, he's going to help you write it.
Pretty fantastic there is Szymborski, even though he was beaten, able to get a hand on the basketball and knock it out.
And you like to see when they play this well after a loss, it's clear that in practice they've been doing a lot of things that they realize we need to be sharper at, and regardless of the opponent, to come out and execute like this it's showing how hard it is.
There's a layup and one for Hillsborough, and that was nicely done from Mason Lane, the 6'3" junior. You know, he's a big guy, plays tough on the inside, rebounds the basketball pretty well. So Lane getting Hillsborough into double digits. One of the things that, you know, maybe either a lot of people don't know or you just forget about because of how long it's been since he was a coach. But Montgomery principal Paul Papaduke was a fantastic basketball coach for years and years for the girls' side before becoming an administrator. And, you know, we have the benefit of communicating with him sometimes, and, you know, especially as the game goes on, as Robayo working on the post. A drop step and a layup, again, good from Robayo. And they are finding little answer, or few answers, I should say, for Robayo and Curry today. That, you know, Paul Papaduke had shared, you know, Curry making great decisions and not getting caught in the air is another turnover for Hillsborough. And that was something that you can obviously tell was cleaned up after the Middletown game. And again, you know, you point to good coaching and you point to good awareness from Curry himself to not put himself in a position where he's, you know, kind of caught in that no man's land space.
Yeah, having your dribble is one of the most valuable things, and he's one of the best handlers we've seen, so if he keeps it, he's got a whole lot more options.
It was almost like he was listening to us right there, because on Tuesday it seems like he would have gone up in the air to make that pass. He kept his dribble on that particular play and was able to still kick outside. He's going to hoist from three, and no good. That one is a little bit wide.
A short memory.
Always. As Tim Bartholomew would say, shooter's going to shoot.
We do miss Tim today.
Always miss Tim when he is not around. Working with the skeleton crew today, obviously, per COVID-19 protocols, as it is Pogue and I live from the command center in Lawrenceville, and bringing Hillsborough basketball to you. If obviously, if we were on site, we would have Brandon Fury and Mandy Shovelin, and likely Tim Bartholomew as well, if he was not otherwise engaged in track. And another turnover. Here comes Prescott. He leaves for Moore. Josh will hoist a three. That's no good. Curry flying in, trying to get the rebound, and instead Moore will track it down.
the pace is really benefiting Montgomery here.
No doubt as Szymborski fires away again, no good. Rabayo's got the offensive rebound, and another, this time, turnaround layup is good from the 6'9" senior.
Yeah, it's give him the ball at least once a possession right now, because the odds are he's going to have a mismatch that's relatively easy to exploit. So game plan's easy from right now.
Montgomery up 25. 5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Rabayo just kind of stands there and takes a shoulder to the face, no call, and it's going to end up on the floor and again in the hands of Montgomery and Prescott. Curry creating some space for Moore. His three is again off the mark. We're still kind of waiting for Josh to get untracked this season offensively.
Yeah, he needs to have his coming out game, but it hasn't quite come yet.
And that three on the way is up and good for Hillsborough. So the lead now down to 22. But talking about Moore, as Prescott this time is going to fire away, that's no good short. And I get the sense that he thought maybe that one was good based on his reaction there. Curry is going to get called for a foul underneath. So we're going to get some free throws. Moore's role on this team, I think despite the fact that he has not had that, breakout offensive performance, that doesn't concern me at all because that's not really what they need him for.
No, not right now. Not at all.
Like at all. Yeah. I mean, you certainly have 4 other starters who are capable of scoring in double digits at any time. You're bringing Gordy off the bench who just, he has the double-digit potential when you're just as long as he is. So, as I speak of the devil, as he comes down with a rebound, Curry just throws it into overdrive and gets into the middle, and he's going to have to kick it back outside and restart some things. He was looking for Gordy that time. Prescott did a good job to box out and let that one go out of bounds. Are they going to say that's out of bounds off Montgomery? Wow, okay. Don't agree with that, but
I think Moore just really understands his role, too.
Yeah.
He's not taking too many shots, which is exactly what you wouldn't want to see anyway, because he knows there are other scorers, there are other people that can score the ball. Like, I'm going to defer to them unless I'm, open and have my shot.
Moore gets a 5-second count as Hillsborough walks into a double team. Good job sharing the basketball that time, and Gordy there nearly for the rebound. And this will be another 3 on the way. No good. That time, Rabayo comes down with it. Prescott will rise and fire. Knock it down, and the foul. How about that from Prescott for 3?
And he's always ready to shoot. As soon as he gets the ball, he's always ready.
Being square to the basket like that, his rise and fire capability, about as quick a release as any Montgomery shooting guard we've seen over the last 10 years, and that is saying a ton.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad closeout either. He was there. He was there.
Man, and obviously, again, we talked about it in the pregame that he had 5 threes as Rabayo steps in front of a pass. He will throw a bouncer into the middle, and he can't recreate some of the magic that Curry showed in the first quarter. And instead, it will be good defense from Gordy the other way as he's got his hands up.
Yeah, you don't often see him calling for the ball in the post like this, but even he feels the mismatch and really he wants it.
Curry just standing on the sideline as we're under a minute to play. That was just a bit of unluckiness, as it were. Got to hand it to this huddle camera. Much smarter than some of those other automated cameras that we have seen trying to gently guide and persuade Montgomery Athletic Director Chris Penna to purchase some cameras that are, as we get an out-of-bounds call, that are permanently installed in the den that are pretty kick butt, to put it PG.
Yeah, right. Subtle.
It would be pretty awesome. and they would not be automated. We could control them which would be even better, as Montgomery will grab the rebound, and Curry on a breakout. And what great ball control from Curry there to lay it up and in and allow the Hillsborough defender to come underneath him.
I don't know what else they really need to do other than, finish out the half like this, and then I have a feeling we're going to see some other guys get a lot more minutes because they did exactly what you wanted them to.
Under 10 to go in the half. Hillsborough looking for a bucket here, now with 4 and with 3. Rabayo closing out, and that is going to put an exclamation point on the first 16 minutes of this ball game. Montgomery 42 and Hillsborough 14. How about it?
Yeah, I like this better than the other day.
Yeah, we'll take games like this every day of the week. We're at halftime. We'll be back right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue with you live from the Command Center in Lawrenceville as Montgomery plays at Hillsborough, and we broadcast it remotely for you. Let's bring you first the point totals and then something that just got me excited as we were watching halftime warm-ups. Montgomery with 42 total points, and 35 of those 42 have come from Montgomery's big three-point getters. Both Robayo and Curry, 13 points, and Prescott with 9. Not a bad first half.
No, and with Curry's assist, he might have had his hand in 90% of their points right now.
This one, I mean, if he had the highlight builder, that he can go home and break down some clips on Huddle or whatever.
Yeah, we have that. It's Brandon Fury.
Yeah, Fury, get set, man, to pull these things out. So as excited as you might be for those, 35 points for those guys, we joked about it during the broadcast about, Curry on his breakaway layups, that he's just gauging when he can, rise and fire for the dunk. And while we were at commercial, they were kind of doing some modified layup line stuff, and Curry went into the lane and rose and tried to dunk it, and it went off the back iron. But he got there. He was up there. And when it happens in a game, I'm going to go freaking bananas.
I think knowing him, he's going to wait until it's not, I just barely got it. He wants to flush it. If I'm going to do it in a game, everybody's going to see it. Why wouldn't I flush it? I'm not going to, it grazed the rim, but look, it went down.
I will make a, and I swear I haven't talked to him about this. So, which I might, now that we've kind of talked enough about it. I might actually try to go get informed about it. It wouldn't shock me if he goes up and throws it down and then gets a tee because he's hanging on the rim, like, that's the kind of thing that he would do.
And he'd be like, yeah, I deserve it, but, that was pretty cool, right?
Right, exactly. And knowing the kind of playful kid that he is, he would never do that in a situation where it would cost the team something,
No.
Like, up 30, maybe, is the kind of scenario that I'm talking about. Because right now I don't think he can, that he can dunk it with ease. So I don't even think he would try. I think he wants the 2 points more than he wants to try to dunk and miss,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, he's 5'11", 6'1", 6 foot.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Still growing, so.
Yeah. Pretty good ups. So we get set to start the third quarter. Hillsborough will begin with the basketball. Welcome to the Mire. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue. Second 16 minutes. It's always interesting how, it's very logical. Things reset, when you come out of the half, but it's just like you're going to get a turnover. As I said, I was going to say there's much less chaos, and as Hillsborough falls down and knocks it out of bounds. But it's amazing how a little bit of a break and a deep breath and a drink of water can refocus you.
Well, that and, a loss. A loss will help, too.
Szymborski. He'll fire away, no good again, but Robayo is there, and they're going to say that's
on him.
It's 42-14 foul.
Yeah, you were too tall on that foul.
I have no qualms about saying that one. Sometimes you manage the game as an official. I don't know that that's the spot I would have picked to manage the game this early in the third quarter, but as a errant pass into the middle, and Prescott loses the handle for a moment, but now we'll just regather some things, and this is whose hands you wanted, and it's Curry as he triggers the offense.
Yeah, no rush. No rush at all from them.
No. Vlasic trying to get himself on the scoreboard as Curry will come off of a screen. He throws up a floater in the lane. That's easily done for the junior.
Yeah, a lot of things look like they're easily done when he does them.
Yeah. Hillsborough able to break the Montgomery pressure, and again, that will be out of bounds. It's a good job by Prescott to get some fingertips on the basketball.
I like that they're also still active on defense. They're not, we're up, so, a couple buckets here and there, who cares? They still want to stop them.
Sure. you know, obviously you want to be respectful in games, you know, as Curry will step back and rise, fire, knock it down, a three. Man, Curry just impressing the heck out of everybody today.
All right, so let's see the other side of the volleyball court now.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Don't know what happened there. We had a little hiccup for you as Robayo will now push ahead, and another easy layup for the Cougs, and that is going to draw a timeout.
It's early for that one, too.
Yep. So, any event.
Was that 30? Yeah.
Yeah, 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. I'm just trying to get my life reset over here a little bit as that technical glitch kind of threw me for a bit of a loop.
Yeah, that was a new one.
But that's okay. There we go. I'm back on track right now. I think kind of maybe. Nope, I'm still a little bit ahead. Give me a second. I'll wait till the clock starts. If you guys all saw what the kind of crap that we have to do to get this thing rolling, you would say you guys are all nuts.
Yeah, he's got 37 monitors.
Oh my God.
He's got plugs everywhere.
It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, I think I'm back. I'm good to go now, Pogue. I'm right on it. I was 3 seconds ahead of where everybody needed to be. So now I can accurately bring you Montgomery basketball as Szymborski tears down the rebound, and Curry will go behind the back. Wow, I would have loved, just for the highlight's sake, if Vlasic just pulled from three there.
You got to shoot it.
As they lay up the other direction, no good.
Something about a pass like that, the shot usually goes in.
Right? It's always kind of the way. Here's Prescott. His three is no good. Burrow. Trying to trigger some offense. Here is a three, top of the key, and that is up and good again from Drinkwater.
That was smooth.
So the bucket's a little more difficult to come by. Good job pressuring out on Curry. A little bit of renewed enthusiasm, it seems, from Hillsborough coming out of that timeout. Curry has it taken out of his hands atypically, and Szymborski does a good job defensively, a little better job finishing for Hillsborough. Back-to-back buckets for the first time all night long. How about saying that, huh? About 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. First time back-to-back buckets. And again, Curry, a great feed to a cutting Prescott who finishes inside.
That puts an end to that streak.
Man. Curry, you know what Curry is? Curry's is fantastic and frustrating all at the same time. As nearly, at least from a broadcasting perspective, as a three is in and out, no good. And just to my own point, I'll slow down here for a second and wait to see what Curry does as he's spinning. He again goes behind the back. Prescott from the corner. Oh, and he needed him to knock that down.
He's going to talk to him about that one later. It's like, I gave you that one on a platter. You got to knock it down.
When I say he's frustrating as an announcer, it's, you know, there are times when you know, hey, I shouldn't start a story now, or, you know, I have a little bit of time to, you know, get a couple of sentences out. And you do that because Curry doesn't look like anything's really happening. And then before you even know it, he does something like that. And
yeah, the hesitation happens, and then he takes off, and you're mid-story, and he's doing something crazy.
I would love to give the kid a highlight, you know what I mean? Something a little bit better than that on that call, but it's hard. It's a great pass inside, and Robayo goes to the reverse and lays it in with the left hand.
I guess you got to be a pretty good player when people are like, hey, could you think about the way I'm broadcasting for you and slow things down and then make your move, and I'll be ready.
That would have sounded a lot better if you would just be a little more obvious with what you were going to do. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's a dribble drive, and a layup is good for the Raiders. Robayo, you could see a little bit frustrated with himself there. 3 minutes to go or so in the third quarter, and Curry's now just getting fancy. He's showing off as a no-look left-handed pass finds its way somehow into the mitts of Robayo, who lays it in.
Yeah, he's trying things that we haven't seen in a little bit. So he's feeling pretty good, and he also understands, I'm probably not going to get in trouble if I do this right now.
Right. And another steal. He will come the other way. Euro, and no, still he can't get it to go. And that's going to be out of bounds off Hillsborough. How about that?
Number 15,
My
Josh
gosh.
Moore.
Prescott and Rubio will get a break. Hockey line change coming for Hillsborough. So that leads me to believe that the Montgomery starters are also not long for this world.
Now these are the real exciting games as a bench player.
Oh my goodness.
You're looking at the score going, ooh, I'm getting a whole quarter.
Curry rising and firing off the inbound. That's too strong in an air ball. And Hillsborough is going to get fouled on the way up court.
Cougars fouls on number 15, Josh Moore.
To be a shooter on a team with Curry, you're loving life.
Oh, yeah.
Loving it.
Josh Moore picks up that foul. And Curry, another hand on the basketball. Good job of help defense by Gordy as he gets a hand on the ball, but Hillsborough able to crash and get a second opportunity at offense. Jumper in the lane, no good, and Gordy comes down with it. This game, just another example of how unselfish a guy like Noah Vlasic is.
Yeah, we haven't heard his name a ton, and that's fine with him because they're winning.
Foul on the floor as Gordy was pushed in the back. But yeah, I mean, you know, in these kind of games, I think it's easy enough for a teenager to want to be selfish. Ball fake, and Curry misses a little bit of a chippy there. They got away with a double dribble, I think, and a kickback outside to Szymborski as Gordy, though, ultimately finishes it off.
Yeah, Noah's got a good sense of pass to where the hot shooter is and get the ball where it needs to be. And he's never going to take a shot because he feels like it's my turn, I deserve it.
Ball somehow ends up in the hands of Curry, and he will lay it up and in and one. Man, that's
Coach
That's
Grundy
tough.
is going to have to drag him off the court. Be like, no, I got 8 more in me. I'm good.
Yeah.
Leave me in.
Wow, this could be really, really close to my prediction.
It is surprisingly close.
Under a minute to go in the third, and Curry not helping me out there at all. So Hillsborough. Initially, that looked like some miscommunication just because of the camera angle, I think, but stayed with Burrow. There's a jumper, no good. Gordy will throw up ahead. Vlasic leaves it behind himself, and Szymborski's going to try a long three. That's no good. Can Curry save it? Yes, he does, right into the hands of Gordy, who lays it in.
Is anything not going to go right for him today?
No, it doesn't really seem like it. And if he went for the steal there, he might have gotten it too. Hillsborough with under 5 to go. Can they get a shot off with 2 seconds? With 1, they cannot. And that will do it for quarter number 3. The deficit for Hillsborough is 40, as Montgomery is putting on a show. We're going to step away. The final 8 minutes from Hillsborough. Coming up right after this, you're caught in the mire. This is the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the MIRE. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue with you live from Lawrenceville as Montgomery plays in Hillsborough. We do it remotely. And Matt, as we begin the final stanza here for Hillsborough, and let's see what we got going on here. Mulberry on the... There you go. Track there as we, get set for what's coming up this week. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens when they take on St. Joe's this week.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. You love to see a test, especially coming off of a game like this where you did things well, and then you go into a real tough test.
Yeah. No doubt.
And selfishly, it's a home game, so gotta love that.
Hillsborough looking to attack as a dribble drive. And a foul.
I mean, he's going to say he went straight up, but he went straight out and then straight up.
Right. So some free throws coming from the Raiders. So again, to finish that point from before, the Monday night game against St. Joe's Metuchen, that's Middlesex County powerhouse against Somerset County powerhouse, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a test, and it's also going to be, you get to see when they're playing at their highest level because they understand the opponent is going to test you. You really see some great things.
Josh Moore, you see the aggressiveness as the sophomore Szymborski fires away again. And, as a coach, and I'm not a coach, nor do I pretend to be, but just watching that offensive possession, there's things that you see as they're going to get a turnover. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Not a turnover. That with a little bit of coaching is going to just improve the heck out of Montgomery's younger players. And what I mean by that is, Josh Moore plays his role as a 3 no good, and Gordy's got the rebound, when the starters are in the game. It almost felt like there, as soon as he's now in the game as a quick feed inside, couple of great extra passes, Moore is going to fire away, and no good, and it's going to be tracked down. Szymborski got clobbered, no foul call, and ultimately it ends up with the Cougs. And don't know why we keep getting that.
It's almost like Moore's playing with his big brothers, with the starters.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they go out, he's like, no, I'm shooting, I'm dribbling, I feel good.
So Hillsborough attacking now. But to finish my point on that one was, as Gordy, good defense. If you can get Josh Moore to play that aggressively when everybody else is in the game, that makes them real tough. That's number one. And number two, for as good an outside shooter as Szymborski is, once you can get him to, he's still fading away just a little bit as Moore turns and fires no good. That seems to be a little more of his default, whereas, we talk about Prescott's, base shooting the ball, all the time. JT's is a little more erratic and a little more with his upper body fading from the basket a little bit too much. And if it just to me, for whatever reason, I noticed it on that particular play maybe more than I typically do. So
I think it has a lot to do with him still making sure I can get my shot off. And with Prescott, he's been playing for 4 years. He has a very good understanding of where the closeout is and how much time he has. So when he's set to shoot, he knows, I'm going to shoot this and I have enough time. Szymborski might be kind of sizing that up a little bit, and that slows you down.
There's a baseline drive up and good. Kerry Wong with a nice play and a hoop for the Cougs. Good help defense by JT Szymborski. And a jumper nicely done for Hillsborough. I'd love to tell you who it was, but we can't see their numbers. Don't really want to get it wrong.
Yeah, not sure.
Speaking of getting these things wrong, this is
I don't know what the deal is.
random stoppages on the iPad that I don't really understand. So that's okay, though. Not missing any action at all, as Moore's three-pointer is no good. And going to get a bit of a stumble and out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like a wet spot or something.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
That does not feel good.
No.
And for Hillsborough, number 1, Christian Cutts.
Not at all. So they will inbound it. And again, I'm not really sure what's going on here, Pug, with this feed. I don't know whatever you're doing over there, messing up life.
Yeah, I'm clicking. That's clearly doing that, right?
I mean, I don't know. Okay.
And for Montgomery, number 11, Alex Pendris.
Yeah, we're just keeping an eye on it.
Whatever. It's going to be what it's going to be. We're going to keep bringing it to you here. We're using 15 different devices to try to bring Montgomery basketball to you. So.
And knowing us, there's probably a direct route of
Oh,
1.
yeah, that we're not even thinking of.
We're doing 7 to get to 1.
Ball ends up in Montgomery hands under the basket, and a layup up and good again from Wong.
That is a fearless layup. There were a lot of trees around him.
And we're going to get a foul underneath on the Cougs.
Cougars fouls number 10, Aryan Gordy.
It'll be on Gordy.
Team's fourth.
I like the way Gordy's played today, especially that first half. He was actually willing to get into the post a lot more than usual, and he was finishing very well.
Gordy is one of those guys that we talked about, and we're going to get an offensive foul. Great job again by Montgomery to step in the lane. That time it was Matt Levy, and he's really, developing that kind of personality along with Szymborski, I feel like.
Yeah, it's a tough role to have, but if you can own it, it does a lot for your team.
Moore with a crossover, a floater, no good. That would have been highlight reel city for Josh Moore. But instead, Hillsborough comes the other way, a three-pointer, no good.
Good rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, this second unit, they really talk a lot on defense. They're very good about closing out and rotating and switching when they need to.
Well, because these guys have all played together, and that's the other thing. So, chemistry develops only develops over time. So with the exception of Moore, this is kind of old hat, as they say. Here's Levy. He's going to try a three, top of the key, no good, and they're going to get Gordy on a push-off underneath.
Spacing is good. They know where their shooters are. And yeah, I mean, I get playing together. When you get together on the varsity level and still do the same thing, that says a lot.
And for the Raiders, number 5, Rocco George.
This is just a wacky season. I mean, the experience that you would really hope that so many of these guys would have gotten playing in that swing JV role that they just can't do this year, as Gordy comes up with another big block, and here come the Cougs as Moore. He'll push into the lane, strongly lays it in with the right hand.
15, Josh Moore.
That's a great take from the freshman, and we are going to have
Number 4, Brian Szymborski. And number 30,
30-second timeout, or officials timeout. What couldn't tell what the official's signal was there. Looked like he touched his chest, then he touched his shoulders, then he put his hands out like for a full timeout. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
That was pretty much exactly what that was. Here's a drive and a kick, and a wide open three is up and good from Hillsborough.
3-point basket, number 1, Christian Cutts.
Yeah, I like seeing Josh on this second unit though. Like, what you said is absolutely true. He's a different player. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Things he wants to do with the starters might not work.
That time, Levy making it work from the outside as Matt knocks down a three-pointer, and Montgomery has again eclipsed the 70-point mark. Man, they are just an impressive offensive team, boy. And another steal for the Cougs. Racing the other direction, and another easy left-handed layup. The aforementioned Matt Levy. Man, what a scrappy player.
Yeah, he knows how to get into the right spots, and even if he isn't the most athletic player, he knows how to use everything he has, and he maximizes it.
I describe Levy as a fan favorite. And again, oh, what do we have here, Pug? Did we just lose power on this iPad? I bet you that's what it is. I bet you this thing was under 10 ticks to go. Let me see if I can restart this puppy for you.
It's possible.
Nope, that's definitely not what it is.
No, it's got 100%. That can't be.
Yep, totally not what it is. It would be good if you could take me off of that screen, so this way nobody sees my entire iPad here for you.
I'm
working
on it. I'm working on it. I mean, we're gonna have to go to commercial.
All right, let's go to commercial. We'll be right back. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to Hillsborough. Sorry about that, folks. No clue. Sometimes technology just doesn't like us when it comes to us.
That happens
pretty much all the time.
More than I'd like. Or is it us?
All the time. No, this one's definitely us.
All right, there you go.
Ain't nothing we can do about this one. So it's all good as a turnaround is no good. And James Moore is going to be hacked and no call, but comes up with his own rebound. Still no good, still bouncing around, and it finally ends in a layup again for Levy. As Montgomery is going to win this one easily. And at the buzzer, Hillsborough able to get a final bucket. And that will do it. In Raiderland, Montgomery, an impressive victory, all things considered, 77-33. Pogue, you got to love that, man.
They needed this more than usual just because of the loss they're coming off of, but they played so well in that first half that they have to feel good about going into Monday night now.
I mean, just a fantastic performance. Talk about Ryan Curry a little bit. That was just a phenomenal effort from the junior.
I think he showed us things today that he's kind of kept in his back pocket, and now we know the passes he can make and what he's able to actually do if he's willing to try them it's incredible.
The proceeding has been a production of the MIRE. It's the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this game without the express consent of the MIRE is strictly prohibited. Cougs win it big in the border war against Hillsborough, 77-33. We'll be back. Muck and Mire podcast drops on you in your podcast feed and on YouTube 5 a.m. on Monday morning. And senior night coming up from the Den on Tuesday night. Pregame live about 6:15. For Matt Pogue, I'm Keith Glock. Thank you for watching.